Hey, this is Brian with Drag Links with the fireworks. So it's New Year's Eve out here at Glamis. We're out here doing some testing. We're getting real close to launch. So came out to do a little bit of testing and set the event's trailer up. See how things are gonna look out here on the sand. Anyways, what I wanted to do was a kind of informal overview of how to set up your account. Create your profile. I know it's a little different than most of the platforms that are out there, so it'd be kind of nice to show you guys how I envisioned it and what it's supposed to look like. That way, what this whole thing's about, showing off your vehicles and making sure that people can see the information that that you want them to see on your page. So what we'll do is we'll go through and do a screen, kind of like a screen recording, right, of me going through and making a profile. I'll do some I don't know, some random name, but we'll set up a profile and I'll show you how to go through that and do each and everything. So let's go ahead and head over to the screen view and we'll go from there. All right, well, here we are, somewhere a little bit quieter. We'll go ahead and do this little screen view type video and show you guys the ins and outs of creating your Drag Links account, kind of getting the personalization down on it. So first things first, you got to download the app. So you can get the app on the App Store or the Google Play Store, or you can go to our website, www.draglinksracing.com. You can have the links right there to download it. Once you get the app downloaded, let's click in. So this is the sign up screen. Working your way from the top down, you've got a select user type. So you got racer or company. You're going to want to concentrate, be on racer right there. The next thing down is your first and last name, so pretty easy. Now you can put anything you want in here. If you've got an alias you want to go by, great. But do know that other people on the platform that are trying to look for you, it's sometimes easier if you got your actual name in there. But next is your email. So like I pointed out on that first screen, really the only thing we use your email for is to send you a password reset link if you ever lose it. So in the interest of you being able to get in your account, if you ever forget your password or something weird happens, it's good to have something we can contact you with and make sure we get you that link. All right, so got the password, confirm the password. Next is the terms and conditions. So this just kind of goes over of our expectations of you using this application. Things you're responsible for, personal protective equipment. Obviously this is a short list according to what type of vehicle you're driving. This definitely could change, but these are minimum stuff that we expect you to use while operating our system. The other is, it goes over kind of a bit about our use of handheld devices while operating vehicles, drug and alcohol policy, and basically by creating the account, you're agreeing to these terms. So they're not very long. You can see here, read through them. If you're good with them, click agree. All right, once all that's done, just hit sign up. All right, so points awarded popping up. So now these points, each one of these is kind of used for a different thing. You don't need to worry about them for now. Just know that they're a good thing. So go ahead and just collect them. And that's going to bring you into your home screen. Now the home screen is where kind of everything happens. There's a lot going on here, and I'm going to do a separate video going through each and everything on this home screen. So for now, what we want to do is go into your profile. So right here, this is how you get into your profile. What you want to do is make it unique to you. So you drop into here. This is basically when people go looking for you, this is what they're going to see. So to get started, first things first, let's put a face in there. So I took a picture earlier. You can either use the camera and snap one there, or if you got one in your gallery you like, go for that. So there we go. So this is kind of a crop and zoom feature. You can adjust that to fit your liking and then drop it in there. Get some more points. So what you'll find is as you go through and you complete different tasks and do different things, you start accumulating these. They're awarded through races, all kinds of different things. So again, we can dive into them a little bit more when we go over the home screen. But for now, just collect them. All right, so there we got that. Next thing you're going to want to do is come into this edit profile. So in here, it's just got everything that you want people to be able to search you out by looking for and seeing stuff you want them to know about you. Now, there are a couple of things that they won't see. One is your email, and two is your phone number. I can show you in a minute when we go to the About Me section. But so Again, you can enter any of this that you want. If you don't, it just doesn't show up. It's not required. But again, people trying to find others with common interests and common demographics, things like that. It's kind of a nice thing. So location is just supposed to be as narrow as you want to make it. You can put your city here, you can put your county, whatever you want. I wouldn't suggest putting your address. Again, we want to keep people from being able to, we want to look out for your privacy. So closest I'd go is a city. So available for heads up. That's default set to on. And most of the time, I think you're going to want to leave it on. You can always adjust that. But what that is when you are online, basically you have the app open, you are kind of popped into a list of potentially available to race right then, right now, as far as like a heads up, we're going to race right now type thing. So if somebody jumps into a quick race, basically you will be populated on the list and be able to receive challenges. Now you can always shoot those down if you're on the app and not by your vehicle, or you just don't want to participate in the race, then great. But if you have that off, you won't pop up in that quick race menu. So for now, I'd leave it on. You can always change it later. So we got things like workplace. All right, once you're happy with all that, just hit save, and that's going to update you. So now I talked about what others are going to be able to see, and where you're going to be able to find that is right here in the About Me section. So anything that you entered in over there is going to come up over here. So racing for 4 minutes, that's how long you've had your account. So the longer you're with this platform, the more that's going to rise in duration. So junior class. So that goes back to some of those awards that you were added. One of those awards is called your career flags. Now, as you do different things, you accumulate those career flags and it ups you through your classes. So everybody starts out in the junior class, and then as you accomplish different things, win races are a big one, you progress through and class up. Now, classing up opens up additional features that aren't available to the lower classes. And then also you end up with reward multipliers. So the higher the class is that you are in, the more rewards you get for winning a race, winning an event, or anything like that. So they're kind of fun, and it gives you something to progress to. So basically this is everything that you entered in on that last deal, down to right there. Now the QR code, that's something pretty fun. And we're actually making some changes to that right now, but we're going to be able to send you guys custom QR codes that you can put on your vehicle. That way you're out parked somewhere, you can scan that and connect directly to a person through that QR code. It's kind of a fun thing. We're actually going to be using it for some pretty cool future functionality. But for now, don't worry about it. What I do want to show you is this right here. So the reason you've got an availability here to add some photos is contained inside your About Me section is your general photo album. So this photo album was intended to be for pictures of your family, pictures of, events and vacations you went on, those sort of things that are more about you. There's obviously you can add photos of vehicles and whatever you want in there, but I'll show you in a minute. We've got a specific spot for your vehicles. So yeah, any photos you add to here are going to come up in when people go to your About Me. So we'll stab a couple in here just because. Again, you got the crop tool. Crop it, add it. Let's do another one just because. We'll do this guy here. So yeah, you want to crop it, move it to where it's picking up what you want to pick up. Okay, once you got everything added, everything looks good, go ahead and back out of there. That gets us to here. So that was in your About Me. Right here, there's the available for heads up. If you were to deselect that, that's going to go away. Here is your awards that you've accumulated. So obviously as you go through, those are going to go up. But what the next thing I want to show you is down here at the bottom. So that's your add vehicle. So what this is going to do, this is going to start filling up your garage. Now, obviously, you've got to have a vehicle in here if you want to do any racing. So yeah, we'll get one set up just to show you how it's done. So first thing is the vehicle name. Now, this is just to identify not only your vehicles against your own vehicles, but then also your Corvette against anybody else's. A lot of people have names for their cars, they like to call them. So you can make it a creative name or just call it Vehicle 1, whatever you want. vehicle description. So here is something that you can add to as you do different modifications, and that is what it was intended for, is to describe what makes your vehicle unique. You know, you can put horsepower numbers in here, the type of tires you're running, any upgrades, any modifications. Just go wild on it. It's got an unlimited amount of characters, so you can put in a real short, sweet description, or go into the full explanation of your build, whatever you feel like you want to do. Be good for now. Like I said, you can always come back and add to that. So next thing is your photo album. So again, like I said, you have your general album, but then each vehicle has its own album, which is really cool because now you can basically organize, put all your pictures for that specific vehicle all in one place. Like say you're detailing out your build, right? So you can put all the photos from befores to in the process of the build, photos of different parts that you put on there, you know, anything related to that vehicle. So as somebody's searching out and trying to check out your vehicle, they can find them there. So I've got there's a photo of my bet. So again, you want to drag this out, zoom and crop, try to make it look the best you can. Crop. So one important thing to know is as you add these photos, up at the top of your profile and then also in your home screen, there's a photo up there, and that's the photo of the vehicle that you are currently looking at the statistics on. I'll show you that, but if you only have one photo, that's the one that's going to be set as the default photo. If you have multiple ones, you want to make sure that, see, and I don't even know if I have another photo of my car on here, but we'll just do two of them, the same one, just to show. So I don't really have much on there. So we put both those on. We'll see, now you can see you're able to select which photo you want to be up across that banner. So the next thing you're going to want to see down here is set as favorite. All that is just kind of puts a mark, a heart, you know, this is one of your favorite vehicles, or this is your favorite vehicle to drive. Really nothing much, just a mark basically. The one that you do need to pay attention to is the set as default. Now, the set as default is going to be the default vehicle that your account goes to when it comes to a race. So say you're going to do a single player race, you're going to run a quarter mile on your own just to get some statistics or do some practice or whatever. Whatever vehicle you have set as your default is the vehicle it's going to use. And why this is important is because every time you do a run, every time you do a quarter mile, a 0 to 60, an eighth mile, whatever it is you're doing, we record those statistics and we keep track of them in a high, average, and low type format. So we've got your highest time, your lowest time, and then each time you make a run, it adjusts this average. So if you've got a specific vehicle that you're trying to track, because that average is pretty neat, because you know what you're typically able to do, because yeah, highs or lows, or lows are great, highs are horrible, but it's nice to know kind of an average of what you do. You know, that goes for your reaction time, everything. We track that and we keep that average updated. So if you end up using a different vehicle than the specific vehicle that you are in, it's going to mess up your averages, and that's not a good thing. So you can always, if you find that that's happened, you can dispute the result and we can potentially remove those from there. But it's good to just double check, make sure the vehicle you're in is the vehicle you have set as default. Now, if somebody has presented a challenge to you, they actually get to select the vehicle that they want to race against. And so in that situation, it's going to use the vehicle they selected, but just for that race. After that, it's going back to your default vehicle. So it's just something to remember. So we're gonna go ahead and save this. Now here we go. That's like I was talking. Now you've got that banner across the top that has that default photo. And now as you add more vehicles, those statistics I was talking about, your high, average, low, are all here. Everything about the vehicle, you can click into this and see more. You know, here you can edit. Obviously, if this is somebody else looking, you know, they see something similar to this when they look at your profile. The only difference is they don't have that sort of stuff, and then, you know, they can't adjust these settings, but they can see your followers you're following. They can see if you're available for heads up. They can see your star rating as far as what other racers have raced you have to say. But what's kind of neat to know is if you have multiple vehicles in your garage, when you swipe this left or right, it moves to a different vehicle. So the photo and all that goes over and shows each different vehicle. Then you can click in and check out a little more about the vehicle. But anyways, yeah, that's it. That's how you get your profile customized. You know, again, everything's editable down the road, so jump in, make it as interesting as you possibly can, because that's the point of this thing, right? Anyways, we'll do another video here about this home screen, because like I said, there is a lot going on, and we'll go over this home screen. But for now, thanks for watching.